उल्फ टर्किश टीम मरी, मलेशियन टीम से उल्फ से मरी।
So many people, I mean, Paris has just been such a wonderful place to visit, to be here. These teams are so blessed and love it, right? And the thing is, some of these guys, they're
राइट में टियान पे फायरिंग दे रही,
fully booked until tomorrow. Okay, so it's if you make it,
ऊपर
you stay here longer.
टीम
If
ONLYI
not,
स्पोर्ट्स है।
pack your bags. You're going home the next morning, right? So there's no messing around here. You know, this is
ये कौन सा टीम का है?
been one of the most incredible
यानी
stages,
अल्फा
places
7।
I've had the personal pleasure of visiting, and these
चलो
guys
जोन
want to
भाई
stay
सेंट्रल
here
एज कटा,
a little bit longer.
बोला
You can see
बोला था
oh, it's a
यंग
beautiful
गिल्डिस
hit
को
there
ये
onto
सेट से उनको जोन
TRX.
लेना ही पड़ेगा।
Waiting for the one to hit. Do they run out and make this play?
लॉन्ग
No, that's
रूटीन
the
देके
problem.
ये
There's
साइड आ
so
जाए
many
तो
shots
अच्छा जोन
coming
पकड़
all
लेंगे,
over the place. These
नहीं
things
तो
are
ये साइड उनको
deadly.
फाइट लेके जाना
Once he
पड़ेगा।
gets caught,
यहाँ से जा जा जा, यहाँ से कोई नहीं, चलो निकल जाए यहाँ से, एज पर खेल लो।
another deep nade. Oh, that's TRE down.
राइट साइड में अल्फा 7।
Yeah, Fury other hop in the vehicle.
वे कैरेक्स क्या खेल रहे वे, कितना
वो ना
तगड़े टीम है
कैरेक्स नहीं कर
कैरेक्स।
पाएगी भाई, कैरेक्स नहीं कर पाएगी, मुझे लग रहा है इसको देख के।
तगड़ा टीम है वो,
अगर टीम में क्या मोमेंटम नहीं बोल रहा
कैरेक्स वो
कितने
डीआरएक्स
खेल
है जो गए हो
और डी प्लस किया ने स्पॉन्सर से वापस ले लिया ना, डी प्लस किया ने
नहीं रे, डीआरएक्स अलग है, डी प्लस क्या अलग है, डी प्लस क्या क्या भी स्पॉन्सर है।
डी प्लस ये नहीं की क्या सन क्वालीफाई उसके लिए गए ना अपना बीएमआई के लिए,
नोलवो डी प्लस क्या पहले भी नहीं कर पाना,
बीएमआई से लिए की
कैरेक्स है डीआरएक्स। ओ भाई 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 फ्यूरी गो, ऑलस्टार गेमिंग आके यहाँ पर चकले लगाएगी।
कार्डियो का ले लिए रे वो प्लेयर। अबे देख रहा है वो वेट बना रहा है पूरा, वो तो अंदर उसके पर वो तू बाहर है।
यस यस कर रही हो पे लेगा ये लग रहा है, कर लियो मरा। मैं तुम जीसी चैंपियन हो, पीएमजी चैंपियन हो, ऐसे कैसे खेल रहे हो? पीएमजी चैंपियन हो, घुस जा अंदर।
खुशी है वो मार दिया ना, बोला पीएमजी चैंपियन वो मार दिया।
वहां पर टालियो किया, कर रही हो क्या खेल रहे तू, कर रही हो। अल्फा 7 टॉप 6 के अंदर आ गया।
Oh man, the plays are ringing out here. You can see Fudia with a good solid position in this next zone.
पीछे गी के
A lot of central
spaces
are taken already. Wolves have a good spot here. They're one of those teams that desperately need a good performance.
Goat greatest of all time.
Hold on and stay just a little bit longer here in Paris. And let's get this.
यहाँ ये मरा हो अलुला के तरफ से, ये एरिना स्पोर्ट्स एरिना। चलो चलो वाईजी 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 वाईजी, चलो चलो वाईजी वाईजी आराम जोन ले लेगा, कोई सुनी।
And our previous champs, Young Galacticos, on the south side, gonna have to fight their way in.
Yeah, tough push for them. If they try and isolate over towards GK, because that's a full-on drop-off down towards.
Young Galacticos आराम जोन ले ले, कोई सुनी।
Galacticos could find some good shots their way, and then maybe swing round.
ये वाले एम्पर कुछ है शायद, कंपाउंड बॉन्ड सेट ले लेंगे आराम से।
Far easier just to wrap him past Goat though. Goat's currently moving. Tiamba were able to find themselves a decent building. These guys have they're just expanding.
यार ना गले के चिकन मार दे तो भाई क्वालीफाई कर जाएंगे वो, तब भी प्रोसेस चांसेस रहेगा। अलूला
fairly swiftly. Now they got Alpha 7 over towards their northern edge. I think a lot of teams just do not.
पता है टीएनवा के अलावा किसी दूसरे मतलब कंफर्म भी नहीं हुआ कि टीएनवा के अलावा कौन सा चल रही है।
ओ हाँ हाँ,
हैशटैग 2 वाले का भी 36 पॉइंट है भाई, और 5 में से 36 पॉइंट कोई मायने नहीं रखता।
यस
अभी अगर कोर्ट ने कमबैक कर दिया, वोल्फ ने वो ये वाला डब्ल्यू ने कर दिया, उसने
जोकर
कर
जिंदा है
दिया।
ना, हाँ जोकर तगड़ा नेडेड है।
And Luton. The MK
क्या वीडियो में देख रहा है क्या?
shoot as
जोकर
fast as you can click it. But I
आगे
think
जा।
for
वो बीजीएम में
हाँ?
देख रहा है क्या?
where it's just pure situation.
नहीं नहीं, जोकर इसमें है ना, ये एरिना में जोकर।
Nice here. Schweppes
हाँ जोकर है ये एरिना
goes
में।
out the way. Will
और ये
double
यो
back down
वो
again. Look to take some shots.
अबे
चलो ये एरिना का
Though, but Claus will shut him down.
चक्कर
The
लग
rest
गया,
of the arena
अच्छा
flattering
डैमेज
a
दिया
little
था।
bit. Schweppes
लगा तू
Legion
बोलते
was
ही लग गया भाई, तू बोला मत
stick
उसके बाद।
किल ले गया।
next to fall
लूफा
here.
ने ये मेहनत करे, किल ले
लास्ट
लिया।
वन हो जाए भाई ये का,
Side basically.
तो वो
रिबो
भी
ने
ले ही
नॉक किया।
लेंगे लोग।
Quick with the quick thirst as well. The
ये
top
ना
squad
चकले
in
लग
some
गया।
trouble here. It's up to
मैंने
Joker.
मारे मार दिए अपना ये वो सब टीम मारता है, तो पड़ा
जोकर
पड़ा।
मार सकता है शायद। चलो खत्म 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 खत्म, नहीं नहीं हो पाएगा वन
Team
को।
Quick's gonna throw that nade. That bounce does
चलो
hit him up a
चकले
little bit. Another
एंटी
piece of util.
तो नहीं ले रहा भाई, पर भी उनको नेट से ही लेगा उसे।
एंटी पीछे अल्फा 7 मार रहा है।
Joker barely surviving
डोपनेस
that.
इज
And
स्पोर्ट्स।
that
ये खेला बे,
burn. That is
वाली से मरे।
three out.
ओए
Al-Ula with 3
केन
eliminations. Controlling
जापानीज
the
टीम।
side.
ओ यांगडोंग गिल्ड कुछ नाइस नाइस 7 2 आईजीएस बंदे को फाइट लो फाइट लो फाइट लो। नहीं रे क्या दो बंदे नॉक। बस तुम डब्ल्यूसी चैंपियन।
Catch some steals, we'll see. But looking on the south side, not in zone. Goat gonna have to push on up. Young on Galacticos right next to them. Looks like this fight is imminent.
Young on Galacticos, they do go for that reset at the moment. Go start to move up on through. STAGR is completely out here. They were able to recover Smile earlier on, but as I said before, no one really wanted this with the head over towards that northwest side. Sadly, it does. We'll see just how much it cuts in the near future, but it's going to become a very uncomfortable final couple of zones. Smile ducking, dodging as much as he can, gets behind the vehicle at least. We'll see if he does get flushed off the back of that one. Romeo. Swinging towards the top side now. Trying to get a little bit of information, but Minus down. He's going to think twice about taking that engagement. Killer Joe out.
क्या लगता है गोट करेगा इस पार्टी कौन सा है? पता गोट करेगी कौन सा है?
Killer Joe said, "Let's
गोट क्वालिफाई करेगी कि नहीं? गोट
right now." And
जीओटी
Spam with the M249. Making it happen. Pull back. Impressive fire. He's got
भाई
plenty
उसका
of
3 प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट है भाई, ये भी तो सोच तू खत्म में चल रही थी रात।
switching weapons over here. Very, very interesting as he's popping off some shots. 7-2 GS. You can see the look on their faces. These guys are locked in right here. 7 eliminations so far. This could be another good
अबे
game.
एक चीज पता है, इसका भी अपना क्या नाम था, ये का भी कोई चुरा है एक दो दिन।
But they know now's the time to close the gap and win this game. They're on the edge of the circle, but they are just trying to hunt a spot in this next zone. Boostman. Hitting them lean peaks.
ये डीएमआर ये वो कौन से यूज कर रहे हैं? डीएमआर प्लस M249 भाई।
I mean, he is really mixing and matching. What kind of range is he working with? Gets a bit more ammo online. Force doesn't he get picking up though? Nongshim Red Force sending down towards the south side. They picked up Force. Don't know if Goat's going to get too involved on this one, but Nongshim some more points will re-knock him.
ब्ला 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 ब्ला।
Oh my, work here, and we see Rebel get a knock on it.
ओबे ओए खत्म।
Nongshim Red Force eliminated as Goat survive here. Fights happening.
कैसे मार दिया ये एक नेट से? अबे वो एनएस कोड को मार दिया बे, वो क्लोज एक नेट किया दो बंदे के। यार चल रहा है मुझे ओ भाई, एनएस खत्म। ये जिंदा है, खत्म कर रहा है। खत्म खत्म एनएस खत्म। ये मैं तो ओनली देख रहा है क्या? इंग्लिश 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 मारा फिर मैंने हिंदी देख रहा है क्या? हिंदी देख रहा है नहीं? तो कितना टाइम है? 22-15 है, 22-15 30 सेकंड ले लेता है। पूरा वो लाइव पे कर क्लिक जो लेफ्ट साइड में आ रहा है लाइव तो इंग्लिश देख रहे हैं इंग्लिश देख रहे हैं इंग्लिश स्पीड तेज कर दे थोड़ा सा डायरेक्ट क्या नेड आ जाए हो रहे हैं गया गया रिवो फटेगा बस रिवो क्या किया हेलो अबे अल्फा 7 क्या कर रही है क्या पागलपन है भाई कितने से किल दे दी अब ये भी मर जाएगा या अकेले खेल लेगा क्या कोई तो बोल रहा क्या चूतिया कर रहे हैं ये लोग
That is all that matters. That's going to keep you in this a little bit longer. Tiamba, though, they're still in this game. Fudia as well. It's a huge opportunity for them. Soaking up some points and make a big last game.
I don't know, man.
Yes. PUBG Mobile team seems to have just got 2 loot crates dropped on top of them. Yeah, absolutely. Chicken मार के रखा है वो solo ended भी मारता है वो 777s. एक और बंदा है जो भी अल्फा 7 जिसने अल्फा को किसने मारा है अल्फा 7 को उल्फिल है ना हाँ उसका बंदा का भी solo 5-6 मैंने सोचा
They got a nice setup right here. They got a blown up car, buggy on the other side, hay bales on either side of them. So they are dead center. Should be able to get some.
Don't buy 4 and center जाएगा तो भाई चक्कर देख जाएगा
सबका. Win this game though. That's the question. You got dopeness up top.
Open जाएगा.
So far.
Open ही जाएगा नहीं.
Not making too much noise. They have the position. I think it's time for them to start getting some aggression going as this next zone does pop, and it's in the wide open field. And Ulf have the coverage here. Let's see what they can do with it.
We'll see. I mean, it might be Tiamba time. It may actually be Tiamba time. As a 2-man, we'll see how Ulf can hold off these other squads, but it's the spot, right? It is the spot. You will see these loot crates around it. You are going to see some big crashes coming in soon.
Open जाए. अबे ये भी वही मार देंगे लेकिन अबे क्या डिफरेंट किए हैं क्या डिफरेंट किए हैं मार दिए कोई 4 बंदे मार दिए पे वो रोड पे क्या डिफरेंट किए हैं 2 बंदे दो दिए वही तो 2 ही मैच थे ना इसका दूसरा मारेगा राइट में ओपन इस स्पोर्ट है चेक ना इसका क्या ना देखो टेक्निक देख देखते हैं ना क्या ना 22 का एक्सटेंड
That's the MG3 down right now. Might be the thing that saved them before, but it's not in play anymore.
Combinations for them. How many more are they going to try to get? Let's see.
अबे उनको नहीं बनना था अबे उन
waiting and now starting to get Fudia again just throwing them nades. That is going to get Scarface out.
उनको वाले एडवांटेज क्या चल रहा है भाई
Gorgeous little bouncer there for Ulf though. Expected way more.
ये तक सोलो 5 पुलिस में मार के बैठा है
The placement points alone will be very, very good depending on how many more teams do go down. Dopeness trying to split out right now in a 2-2. They're going to try and regroup and take the task over towards Furia on the eastern side. Milu though, trying to go for some shots. Won't quite tag on. The vehicle does get cut up in the process though.
Woo. Tight looks here on the side of Milu. Milu has been on fire today. One of the craziest 1v4s of the tournament. Already in the bag. Be nice to continue with that and get this chicken dinner here and lock down that spot for the finals.
We said 20 points. 20 points was realistically what they were looking at for the last 2 matches of the day. Get up towards 80 and then it's super difficult to drop out. Aaron,
चढ़ के पावर दी हो
the flames around him. Nade goes long. First one's a good knock over towards silence here. Aaron swinging around the sides, has the UMP to work with, but there's absolutely no way he's making it happen. Milu's been watching this the entire time. However, instantaneously, Tiamba is looking to cause problems. They're trying to send nades down this way, clean out these players. They were able to get the res off. This nade goes a little bit too far to the side.
Furia now starting to loot up. Looks like they're really
तो फ्यूरी के को बोला देखा नाउ स्टार्ट द लूडो फ्यूरी इधर नहीं लूडो के लो बोल रहा है कास्टर
here. All it takes is that one. It's looking pretty good.
कास्टर ये अलग ट्रोल कर देते हैं भाई वो कास्टर बोल रहा है फ्यूरी से कि तुम लूडो खेलो
Buggy now blown up. Silence getting caught by Milu. Milu is just making it happen here from this angle and just tearing Furia apart.
The Milu QZZ show right now. Another nade, look to send it through and towards the middle. It certainly has been Tiamba time today. And I don't think we're stopping the clock just yet. Igor underneath.
Oh.
Milu tries to regroup the rest of the team. Not a possibility. Speaker will find them. That off angle was absolutely deadly. And now from that northern edge, they're going to start to spread out on this one. It's the right call from them. Plenty of elements of hard cover to play from that northern side. They can continue to squeeze these two teams now.
Eagle trying to pop up, make something happen with that M4. Lufa with that disgusting angle on that tractor. And yeah, he has his car right behind him, so he goes and pops into it. Gonna be pushing it little by little. Dopeness had the angles. Furia is dead stuck in the spot and just avoiding these nades. All those vehicles coverage is just working out so well for them. And QZZ forced to inch up little by little and getting punished there by Kenji.
Kenji will take down QZZ as well as Eagle from distance. Now Furia, a lot of work to do here. Eagles, who has been a man on a mission to impress today, now looking to do it again here, but there's only 2 players left. Dopeness on 9 eliminations. Nade goes long, will knock. He finds the first. We'll go for the flush on this one. Every single point.
भाई काल लिए रे ये लोग अबे ये तो खत्म कर देगी वे चिकन निकाल लिए भाई अरे नहीं वो डोपनेस वाले जिसका बोल रहा था आगे कंटेंट ईयर में आगे टॉप 6 के क्या किया हाँ
Chicken, chocolate. Absolute cinema.
पूरिया को पता है कास्टर बोल दिया जाके लूडो खेल भाई इतना गंदा ट्रोल करते हैं ये लोग लाइव स्ट्रीम में बोल दिया भाई लूडो खेल क्या है अपने इधर बोल दे तो कास्टर का डी एंड हो जाता है इतने में तो
विजय के पास भाई टीसीएल है भाई लॉजिटेक इनको स्पॉन्सर कर रहा है
लॉजिटेक
टीसीएल स्पॉन्सर रेडबुल स्पॉन्सर लेनोवो स्पॉन्सर
पैसा का कमी नहीं है भाई जीते ना जीते तो भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है इनको ऐसा होते
हाँ तो हैं
ऐसा होते मतलब जीते ना जीते कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता
तो नाम लिख दो सबका नाम लिख दे दो ये टीम को खत्म किया ये टीम को खत्म करना है वो टीम को खत्म करना है
survival stage.
This
is what we've been expecting, what we've been waiting for, and they are performing as expected.
For Dopeness, there's not been a whole lot of highlights from this team so far. I mean, over in the group, it was a cool finish for them to make their way into.
यार मेरा ये ट्रांसलेटर में क्यों आ रहा है अभी स्ट्रीम साला
एन पे हैशटैग 1
तो ये ट्रांसलेटर में क्यों आ रहा है अभी स्ट्रीम
ठीक है इंग्लिश
अबे ट्रांसलेट होके क्यों आ रहा है स्ट्रीम हाँ चैट चैट
बोलो चैट की मत कर रहे हैं ना
हाँ हाँ हाँ
वो तेरे को सेटिंग बंद करना पड़ेगा जो करेगा मुझे बता देना सेटिंग बंद करना इसलिए पता नहीं था
वो मतलब तेरे को दूसरे फोन में देख तेरे को मतलब वो इंग्लिश आएगा नहीं
It is indeed. So I mean, this is a
इंग्लिश ही तो आ रहा है भाई, उससे कैसे इम्पैक्ट
में देख
करेंगे?
तेरे
also got one more game here on the
दूसरे
day.
अकाउंट में देख
6 more matches left tomorrow. And
क्या
these
है
teams that are, in the top 6 minus, Tiamba, who have already done a whole bunch, still need to keep their eye on the prize here. You got to be able to make it
कौन
happen
से
if you
क्या
want to make it to those finals. We got some more action coming up in just a second.
तो भाई क्या है
4-5 तो सोलो स्पॉन्सर पे क्यों है भाई? जैसे पे पेड्रो मतलब देते ही होंगे, उसमें स्पॉन्सर में कैसे चलता है भाई का? Saudi, nice. States पे अब पीपी रिकवर करना है भाई इनको, इस्पोर्ट वालों को। ओ भाई सोनी का 130
भाई जी यार ना कैसे को क्या है देखिए एप्पल
ओ स्पोर्ट।
Now, one of the cool things that popped up here in week 6 is this new PUBG mobile booth in collaboration with Naruto. We just did a live segment here, so we've got everybody still hanging out, but you guys need to come check this out if you were hanging out at our venue, because it's kind of one big game. The more that you interact with this booth, the more cool prizes you could potentially go home with. We have cosplayers. Show them over there. We've got a chicken hanging out, ready for some photos. Apparently Dawood is running around in true Naruto fashion, and you want to come by, take some photos here, because at the end of it all, there is some really cool free prizes that you could be winning. You might have seen it on the broadcast. There are Naruto t-shirts. You see Dawood in the headband, who is really tiring himself, making sure he joins in on this action. And of course, you can come hang out with your very own chicken. So make sure you stop by and see everything that we have to offer.
But who's inside that chicken, Leonard? That's what I want to know. Hey, if you can find that out for me, that'll be great. Because right now we had Dopeness come out with the win, Max. And this is a team that really needed that win, really needed the points. Give it to them, but still, you need the points, Dopeness. Good job.
You know that Rachel Seal and the entirety of Reject are like, yes, finally, they qualified, they're doing something. But yeah, as you said right there, Seven, it was definitely a gifted win. They are seeing the dropped in Picardo. They went for very quick rotation, which I do have to say I appreciate. Very quick movement, and especially great control on the third party. Furia is fighting. There's also Xiamba getting involved, trying to compete for that chicken dinner. They're not slow, which I was expecting them, because they've been such a passive team the entirety of this event. But no, they committed to the push. They got involved. And generally, Nitra, we're looking at this one. I am hoping that that's going to give them just a bit of confidence to play it more aggressive, just like we saw Young Galacticos do too. Because before this point, Dopeness was just fully invisible.
No, they were. It's really fun to be able to see them, and like you said, they're not being slow. It's not a game winning by chance. It really is. It's loud. It really is them moving forward and being able to actually, and it's vibrating. The cameras are vibrating.
Yeah, keep saying what you were going to say. What were you going to say?
Keep saying. What we're going to say is, no, it's really, really nice to see them. They were controlled. They were methodical. It was a really, really good push, slow and steady, but the synergy was really there. Again, they went from 0 to 100. They were able to maintain that pace without letting earlier games get away from
बे नो सोलो फिनिश मार दिया बे हर्षू बीजीएमएस में। बीजीएमएस में नो सोलो फिनिश मार दिया भाई।
Yes, Max, kind of a gifted zone for them, I must agree. But also, yeah, their way that they defended that, especially with 9 eliminations, like this is
19 फिनिशेस चिकन डिनर भाई। 6 पॉइंट एक्स्ट्रा 32 फिनिशेस बीजीएमएस में। क्या कितनी टीम?
just something massive that I love seeing from Team Dopeness, and of course that was the same kind of team we saw in the last kind of matches in our group stages.
अबे हैशटैग 13 पे मर के 22 फिनिशेस ले ली भाई। 22 कितना पॉइंट आएगा बे इन लोग का?
If you want to be able to get a chance to actually go to finals. Quick guess, who's going to be the MVP? Milu? Milu indeed with the 6 elements. And honestly, with the way he's performing, we'll get a chance to do some predictions once again towards the end of the day. But I wouldn't be surprised if that man is going to be none other than the MVP of the day. But let's look at the match ranking. Dopeness there with 21 points. Happy to see that. But Furia was able to have a hell of a match here as well.
I loved Furia in this match. I loved everything that they did. It was controlled, it was methodical, it was really, really nice to see them come through. We're going to get into it a little bit, but I really want to break down a play that they made, but their timing was impeccable. And, you know, any critique that I've had of them is that they're just playing too slowly for this lobby.
Yep.
It's worked in the past, but just not here. And here you can see
ये उल्फ वाले तो कितना कांड कर दिए मेरे को मेरी को पूरा परेशान कर दिए
between Tiamba for the longest time. Them and A7 able to really pull up a really, really nice front of defense against them. And, you know, here we are going to see Tiamba have a great high ground and be able to take out Furia 1-by-1. That is them for the 3rd place, but just a really, really good play overall from Furia this game. Very happy with them.
Yeah, and Tampa as well. I mean, continuing on that consistency that we've seen throughout the day, I was expecting a GAL from China to actually end up performing well, Max. That is not the case right now, and we're not going to talk about it because that is 2 squads that I'm pretty sure,
पर सीधे हम अपने नहीं करते ना ऐसे चिकन हो सकता था
predictions are sucking, my friend.
I actually have all gamers in my predictions and not Tiamba.
I should have checked your predictions before I did my predictions.
Uh-oh. Okay, but now looking at the final moments here, he got what an absolute banging moment. I think you might actually talk about one of Hugo's players this game. He's been an absolute menace. Him and putting on an absolute clinic this game. I was loving it. Good times.
I want to do something that we used to do in the past, Max.
My dad
Take a look at the camera. And just tell me why Alpha 7 was pissing you off that last match.
Oh my goodness. Why are you guys pushing?
देखो अल्फा 7 का बात कर रहा है अल्फा 7 क्यों पुश किया है फालतू में
Yeah. Why are we pushing 1-by-1? It's 2026. It should not be happening anymore. And they all push onto he got
ये चुप करके पुश कर रहे हो पीएमसी चैंपियन को बोलेगा हमको पीएमसी चैंपियन ले लो
They can do the clutches.
वो चैंपियन में से हमें 50 साइड पॉइंट के साथ हाँ
In Furia, what a misplay. That was one of the biggest throws of the tournament out.
अरे फिर भी अरे छोटी 3 किलर का ना पीएमसी चैंपियन प्लस चूतियों में कैसे चल रहा है इनको पुश देखा पुश कैसे किया कि नहीं के लगा रहे सीट से जरूर मार रहे हैं इन लोगों
I'm not sure what ended up happening there, if maybe the pressure was getting to the 17-year-old substitute player that they have here, but it's the core squad.
Yeah, it is the core squad. We're starting to see core squad things happening, except for the 1-by-1, because what was that? I'm also annoyed about it. Because they're usually so good about that. We saw that earlier in that game, right? Revo using the window animations. Yes, using the window animations to really try and spawn, you know, and try and get that information. He was doing a great job. He got some eliminations. They're moving through the building really, really well. And then they push 1-by-1. They're like, okay, we've done enough for this game now. We got enough points. It's fine. It's like, no, you had a good position. Why? Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it. Not like that, Alpha 7. I got school.
भाई क्या कर दिया भाई अल्फा 7
We had some clips that we wanted to see a replay of, and it was this one right here because Milu, my goodness, Milu popped off.
I mean, those 2 knocks instantly with the nade, but then using the door frame to try and create a mini 1v1 in that scenario, and he's literally on fire at the end of that clip. What a beautiful play with that, especially at that opening grenade.
Yeah, so nice. And these opening grenades are also great. KRX in a bit of a rough spot here. Furia coming in, bouncing those nades up. What I love about this is they wait for those nades to get them really, really low. They know they have to be getting rid of that health pretty quickly. They get that knock instantly. Well, in a minute, instantly, they're going to be pushing forward, right? Get another nade, try and get some extra damage, and then they come flying over the top. You're going to see them come through here now, getting in that vehicle. They're going to move over. And actually, they're not going around because 721 is over there. They're not going onto the other side like they could do because Tiamba is there. They have to go immediately. Across, they come on through, make that play come through, get the knock, get the win, done and dusted. They get rid of Leo there from AGAL, and then they're actually going to keep a 2-2 split on either side of the road that facilitates that 3rd place finish in the end. So really, really heads up play from them. very, very excited about that.
Yeah, and I just want to sort of add on, it's just the Furious special, isn't it, Tour? Like, whatever position they're in, they're going to clear their threats.
Yes.
And that is what they do. Whether it's up a hill and they're doing a goddamn mountain goat climb, nading to move up to that position, or obviously, you know, having KRX down there on the bottom, they are able to stick together, which, you know, some other teams might need to do. But it's awesome to see Furia. They're just focusing on all of these sort of capitalizing on their high damage, especially with all the utility.
Yeah.
Look how close everything currently is. Between
अल्फा से मैं निकाल सकती थी भाई एजेंट के पास चांस था लेकिन अगर एक साथ एक तरह से पुश करते ना तो कुछ समाज बन भी जाता जीतना है
I mean, all the way down to 13th place, Max. Everything, even 14th place, everything is so close they could end up changing.
क्या पता भाई क्या दिमाग में चल रहा था उन लोगों को
5 out of the 7 teams that were still alive towards
सोच नहीं थी शायद मुझे लग रहा है क्रिकेट उनको खेलना ही नहीं है हम 6 मैच में कम्प्लीट करना पड़ेगा
make sure they start responding here. A Barney and whoever ends up in first place of survival stage is going to end up crushing your keys.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's set the scene for
तो
those
मोदी
who
मोदी
may
चल रहा है भाई
not know what is at stake.
Hello
Right now,
there.
we've got $3 million
Hi.
on the line and a chance to immortalize themselves in the Esports World Cup history books as champions of PMWC. Now,
उसमें से पक्का ले चिकन है भाई तो
the opportunity
देखिए
to step into the finals with other
चिकन है भाई चल देखते तू बता जल्दी टीम बता तेरा प्लेट करके
This will open,
प्लेट पे जल्दी टीम
apparently will not. That's okay. The other 10 teams will have their keys destroyed by this stunning crusher. Look at that right there. Now imagine what it would feel like to have the only remaining intact key whilst the 10 remaining teams. There you go. There she is. Now you get to see this beautiful crusher before it chomps on those keys tomorrow. Now imagine what it would feel like to have that remaining intact key whilst all of the other
एक मिनट
your
रुको
other
गेट
opponents
सही
have
करो
their keys destroyed, like this one right here. Now, it's almost time for our final map of day one of the survival stage, and some of our teams really need to step it up a gear if they've got any chance of making it through the survival stage and into the finals. And so with that being said, casters, let's go over to you for our final map of day one of the survival stage. Let's do this.
That's right. Sometimes you got to warm her up before she gets going. And I'll tell you what, some of these teams are looking red hot.
आज का लास्ट मैच है देखते हैं कौन सी निकालता
Are looking so good. Dopeness are finally getting red hot here after that chicken dinner. But we got one match left here. This is the time to make it happen.
Yeah, don't worry, Mr. Crusher. I mean, a lot of these other teams right here, they've also got a lot of anxiety. So
That's
we're all
right.
good. We're all good.
That's right.
But we're heading in towards our final match here. Tiamba, they all look very happy with the way this is played out. Milu is laughing, and so he should be. I mean, that last game was just an unreal result. And it does show you exactly what confidence can do for your team, momentum can do for your team. It's just
चल अल्फा 7 जीजी निकाल 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 ट्रेवो निकाल
It is making these final days just so rough as we head into day 2 of survival.
For the finals, I think we can say comfortably. But pretty much everybody else, it's still anybody's game here. Dopeness pushed themselves up into a good spot with 30 points in 8. If they finish strong here, we could definitely see them in the top 6. Now, looking on down, I'm going to really put the ONLYI 10th place on
टाइम भाई तो इधर भाई से स्टार्ट है
game for them. Because tomorrow,
अभी ये लोग पाउडर भी करते हैं ना
भाई
पाउडर किप्टेल
फिंगर स्लिप
और पाउडर तेल और
बस जो मिल जाए भाई पनीर पाउडर तेल लेगिंग कोकोनट तेल जॉनसन बेबी पाउडर जो पाउडर केरम पाउडर जो मिल जाए
we got a pretty disgusting southern playing path here, but you got to be able to adapt, got to make it happen no matter what.
Yeah, definitely rough. But you're right, down towards 10th and below, it's getting tough. For AGAL as well
Black
as
Majestic.
KRX, these are the teams that need to have a strong map here.
टॉप ने टॉप 8 के अंदर आ गई भाई जो तकले लग गया रे
20-point mark where tomorrow it's possible after your first
फिर पसंद निकाल लेने भाई जब का सवाल है
top 6 territory. For AGAL as well as KRX, they need some points now to allow them to have a springboard tomorrow. Otherwise, it is
टॉप ने देखना मिलू क्यों दी बटे
हां
honestly, I think that KRX is a good team.
मिलू तो भाई कितना 15 किल होने के बाद कितना स्विंग पॉइंट कितना का केडी तक खेल रहे हैं
why this is happening right now for them, because this is not a case of just having a bad day. Like this is
मुझे
the
सेंटी शॉट भाई
majority of the tournament just not able to.
अल्फा 7 जा रहा है अपने ड्रॉप पे
We've given Alpha 7 a lot of grief, but
तो तुम निकाले भाई इल्फा तुमने चिट्ठी लगाई थी
consistently they have been able to close out games. For KRX, it feels like we have never really got that engine started.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, that's the crazy thing about this game and this format, this tournament in general. Someone's got to be at the bottom, right? We got serious names here. Still, 9 points is a big question mark. It's like, what happened? Yeah, 9? You know, like, okay, if we saw the bottom of the tables and there's only a few points gaps, you know, like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But 5 matches, only 9 points. Not good. Not good at all. Hopefully we can see them make something happen here, and honestly they need to, because if they don't, you can kind of start counting them out a little bit.
Absolutely, I agree. I think for AGAL, there is a tiny hope tomorrow if they don't do well here. But for KRX, it's just feeling like it's not going to be the case. And these teams absolutely do need themselves a lucky spin.
Yes.
Which you can find here with us at the 2026 PMWC at EWC. You can draw for exclusive sets. The one you see on screen right now that a lot of players are currently using for this year's PMWC at EWC. So really, really cool stuff. Make sure you get in game because, yeah, we all need a lucky break.
काल ले भाई मजा आ जाएगा भाई इल्फा 7 आ गई ना फाइनल में तो बड़ा मजा आएगा
Yeah, they do. Right? They need one of those Alpha 7 blessings that we saw a little bit earlier, right? In Aaron Gale. They need a good
बाबा
circle to help them out here.
हैं
The thing is that you have your own luck in these kind of tournaments. You got to be able to make it happen regardless of the situation. Another team. I want to see more out of. We haven't really talked about them a lot. Is Yangon Galacticos, our previous champions here, last year's champs. They have a beautiful skin in game that you guys got to go check out as well. We got to see them rock it the other day, and I got to say, probably one of the most insane fits jerseys. That classic traditional Myanmar fit is gorgeous, and I want to see them rocking it in the finals. So let's see if they can get things heated up here. They're in 13th place, 22 points, not in the worst position, right? One good game here, and we can see them all the way up to 3rd place, okay? It's just the longer they wait, the worse off they are.
I would say the only 2 consistent teams so far it has been Furia as well as Tiamba today. Like those are the only 2 teams that have really caught my eye. Everyone else in this top spot towards like the top 8, they've had good games here and there. I think Nongshim Red Force maybe has had like a little bit of a better day when it comes to just consistent results. But yeah, towards that top side, Furia, Tiamba, that's the 2 names on everybody's lips at the moment. But for Yangon Galacticos, on the other hand, with the Ancient Charm set, which does look fantastic, you are right. I like the interview we had Kalaris earlier today. It was a really good interview. Not only did we
एक घंटा 40 घंटों भाई एक घंटा खेलती तो हमारी 40 सालों चल लो क्या नाम है भाई तेरा टेम्पररी जब भाई कम से कम रियल आईडी तो आ जाता अपना रियल आईडी से आना भाई तेरा वो नाम है उससे आना तुमको बताता हूँ मैं क्या कहना है तेरा टीम
some of the pressure is a little bit off. We didn't go out in group stage. That was probably the worst thing that could have happened to them. They go through the survival stage now. Yes, they need to shore some things up. They still have one more game to prove themselves and a whole 6 tomorrow. But yeah, I believe in Young Galacticos. I don't think they've had the craziest play so far. But I won't.
चले जाएगा वैसे इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट हो रहा है भाई कैंपस इज अ टीम ओजी घंटा भाई तेरा तो बहुत खुल के खेलते हैं भाई ओपन में खड़े रहेगी फुल खड़े होने को ओपन में उससे अभी भी खोलेगा खेलेंगे ना फाइनल बोल देना भाई इनका मतलब जाओ कोचिंग की अपार्ट के खुले मैदान में खड़े रहो बिल्कुल बिल्कुल कंपाउंड में ही मत रखो कैंप वो भी कैंप रहते
thing, and it's I talked to some of these
क्वालिफाई
guys.
किया भाई स्टेप 2 से भाई, थोड़ा ही पॉइंट रह गया तो रुक जा। ऑनलाइन टीम हमारा 108 पॉइंट तेरे जितना।
Right? So you think that they'd be
और
used to
मतलब
it,
अभी ग्रैंड
but
फाइनल बाकी है।
you're like, man, it's still hard. You know, your
देखते क्या
heart
होता है
still
ग्रैंड
races the
फाइनल।
same. You just maybe you're a little bit more understanding of it because it's not a new experience, but it's still so
मैं
difficult
लगी
to deal
सोचता
with.
भाई तेरा
So
ऑडियंस तो
when you
पाक का
see
क्या
players
बताऊं
like
पाकिस्तान
Milo
भाई।
do a crazy 1v4, I mean that really gets your team going, and you just kind of galvanize your squad and capitalize after that kind of play. But we're in the last match of the day. Tomorrow's going to be a wild because so many teams are going to be just desperate all the way towards the end to continue their stay here in Paris, as this has just been a amazing place to be, and the pinnacle of esports is here. And man, it's
क्या डिलीट कर रहा है भाई, लिखा रहने देना, पढ़ने देना ना।
Okay.
which
Yeah.
name up top? Any of the names that you see up top surprise you so far?
Right now, I would say that, to be honest with you, the only real team that does surprise me towards that top side, probably GK. I think this team has had pretty cool performances in the past, but not sort of a third place team that I was expecting. I think they can do more though. I do think this team's got more in their tank left remaining for us. I think that they surprised us in multiple tournaments beforehand as well. So what I'm hoping is that GK can maybe have a
अरे स्पाइडी भाई बिग फैन भाई, तुमको साउट आप मेरे को साउट आउट दो भाई पहले तो।
I don't think they were on many people's top prediction list.
स्पाइडी भाई बंदे को संभालो ना, ये क्या नाम है टेम्परेरी यूजर को, कोई आया मेरी चैट में भाग रहा है।
Last year.
Yeah, and I think that something definitely happened in their day off, because I agree with you. I think out of all
क्या
those
खेलती
games,
भाई क्या तो बात
Southern
अबे सुनना
Shore
चलो
on down to
टेम्परेरी भाई तुम लोग का
and
समझ
we're
रहा
gonna
है
see another
कहता है कहता तुम लोग का तो
crazy
खेल नहीं पता ना वैसा भी
finish. That would be
पर खेल तो
wild.
रहा है
To finish
प्लीज।
things off for the day, you can see teams quick fast now, immediately right now,
Yeah.
moving down south, not wasting any time. Not the winner, immediately.
Yeah, immediately, right now.
Right now.
We're not waiting around. We are sending down. The migration is real. I mean, it's always awkward having to move down from the left side as well. Past Lab and DOTA talked about it before. Mr. Morales.
आई
Additional packs for some of these squads.
क्या लगा रहे आई मीडियो 3 इयर्स अब मतलब
Rotating alongside with Nongshim Red Force. Tiamba though, they like to play the way. They went for central position. They looted up in Los Leones
ये
first.
नीचे क्या लगा
They're good to go.
घंटा भाई अरे अरे तो मिल रहा था तो कैसे मिल रहा था भाई, 1 साल नहीं मिल रहा, 1 साल मिल रहा है। घोड़े गई थी 3 साल पहले ना, फिर इतना 3 साल से कोई टीम गई नहीं जैसे मतलब तो
To take down Milu. That is surprising.
That's a huge finish. I mean, that
वही
is
ना
the star of tomorrow, right? I mean, the uncrowned king of the survival stage going out
तो
early
भाई
with
नेपाल जाना पड़ रहा है भाई खेलने के लिए। तुम लोग तो बंद से खेलते हो ना स्ट्रीम, तुम लोग करो ना अपने को, हम देखते हैं कौन है
extra little bit of sharpness in these shots. They know there's no
लोग इंडियन सर्किट में खेल के इतना ग्रो कर रहे हैं भाई। नेपाल नेपाल तुम तो तुम्हारा सर्किट इतना अच्छा है तो वो नहीं कर पा रहे ना भाई, खेलो तुम
It's amusing though to
क्या
me.
खेलोगे।
Q pretty much went out of their way there. They were like, we've got to find Milu. We've got to take Milu out.
एक बार आ जाना BMWC
It's in the
अपने
lobby.
देख लेना भाई।
We're scared. We're worried. We do not want that.
जा रहे
competition.
दल्ले
So a bit of
जनाब
revenge, you know.
पॉइंटी को मेरे तरफ से मेडिट नहीं कर
Out in the first 10 minutes of the game.
चल इधर जमा के
We
देते
might have to experience another 1v4 again.
देख लेना भाई फाइनल्स में
At least at this point in time.
कुछ और भी
क्या जा भाई तू जा भाई
क्या बोलूं बताऊं
and you do not want that.
टाइम
You're
के
gonna
पास
go
क्या
back to the lobby here.
छोड़ जैसे बंदा
Are going to go to the rest of this match with a 3-man. They do have a spot in this next circle, but with this zone is pretty scary.
फिर ट्रांसलेट होके जा रहा है, क्या लिखा है इसने बकाल्स
That'll be a
पकड़ती करने पकड़ती करना
भाई घंटा करा लो भाई तुम पके नहीं पकेती कौन करता देखा हमने स्ट्रीम पे प्रॉपर पाक पे स्ट्रीमर को देखा है भाई, कितना जेलस होते हैं तो मारती है वो होते भी नहीं है।
in this circle. You got Tiana right next to Lalita. QGZ up on the roof, just trying to keep.
स्पाइडी भरेगा भाई, स्पाइडी के बाद जब उसका देगा उसने भरा है, तेरे यहाँ नहीं आए 2 दिन, तेरे दोस्त होंगे 1-2
Getting knocked
2-3 दिन पहले आए थे तो उसको उनको ही भरा है फिर तगड़ा, तू भी भरने वाला है।
Are you kidding me?
Those shots onto Binny is just demonic going through from QFC. Unbelievable stuff. Now from RQ underneath, just get absolutely obliterated by Hoxie. Luckily, Fearingkin able to come around the side, moves through the window. Ball
Nice.
as per usual.
भाई मुझसे कर लो भाई, तो वो मैं दिखते आ जाओ भाई, वो कहीं जाने की जरूरत नहीं है मेरे को।
Benny throwing in the nade. He makes sure his team is eliminated by his own nade.
लोग मैं घंटा पाक जिंदाबाद तेरा, तो बोल नहीं रहा भाई, प्लीज आ जाइए, तेरे को बताता हूँ मैं।
चलो चलो वाइट वाइट and that is KRX out of there.
एक ट्रॉफी में भाई तुम इतना वक्त
The worst case scenario.
देखना क्या लग रहा है, चेट को देख जरा।
Have to just go insane.
Yeah, for KRX, we already talked about, right? They were in a good position. If they were to have a bad game here, it is miracles that need to happen tomorrow to get them in. Very unfortunate. The squad, not what was expected from a team that tenure-wise has had great success over the years. Survival stage might just be the final hurdle for them. They just could not get over. We're locked back in with the next circle that does move down towards the south side. It is torn between Los Leones and the northern edge up towards the roadside. We've got some of the hills in play still. A lot of teams don't really want to be playing over towards the northwest. Alpha 7 need to get a little bit further into this one.
हाँ
Dopeness, on the other hand, they're happy to wait. It worked out for them one time.
नहीं, वो सुबह लगाओ, तुम ना एक भी लगाओ शाम से।
And they could definitely use it for sure. Because this one is pretty dang close. The zone is starting to close. And Young Galacticos wrapping that south side.
लाइव कर रहा हूँ तो एक खाना खाने को मिलना आ गया सकता है। तो पेट में वो पहले का बता देना बहुत साफ हो। आप वो नहीं लगा नहीं सोऊंगा, पेट ही होगा। हम बोलते ही नहीं होते। हाँ वो स्पेशल बोल, वो स्वीडन ना फिर भी नहीं जा रहा हूँ। तो जब्बा लगा रहा हूँ इधर मैच में भाई।
ONLYI is quite close to them here,
ठीक है
though.
भाई, जब्बा लगा।
Let's see if they are going to end up meeting each other. STAGR now finally
ले ले भाई, यहाँ कहाँ गया टेम्परेरी यूजर भाई, कहाँ गया?
being able to get into this next circle.
Yeah, definitely feels
ओ भाई
like
टेम्परेरी
Galacticos
यूजर
have been
आओ ना भाई,
costing
रियल
out
अकाउंट से आओ ना भाई।
for Alula. They're in the
जो
way.
बोल
They
रहे
do
हो,
not want their 180 being
रियल अकाउंट से आओ ना भाई, नाम में ऐसा है कि कुछ बोल नहीं सकता हूँ।
some of the more teams they can take out. So they continue to hunt out this squad. Mana as well as
तेज भाई बताओ क्या कर
playing in front right now. Have to get it up the hilltop.
रियल अकाउंट से आते नहीं मिलता। अरे नोटबुक
Takes a
तो
breather.
वो
Playing inside the
जय
concrete.
भारत होता, जय भारत होता भाई।
Continues to provide that information.
ना भाई पाकिस्तान में जा। अरे असरा भाई देखो ना कब से लगा है यार ये पहला सामान था।
Like, guys, come on. This is stage 3. There's plenty of room here. We can all be friends on the south side of Los Leones. And it looks like that's a young Galactic.
यार असरा भाई वो भी तो सीन है भाई इसका, देख खेल गया सारे। अरे भाई तुमको क्या बताऊं भाई।
Slonic getting a knock onto Geek. We see that happening in the feed. Geek, again, we were talking about teams that were a little bit of a surprise. I mean, yeah, seeing them at the top, I think is a really, really exciting thing from them. You know that their team has to be pumped up going into this one. Those of you guys tracking all the incredible things that are happening here at the Esports World Cup. We see some updates from Glitter, and I know Geek is one of those orgs that really needs to have a good performance here. They want to see their team.
चला जा भाई मतलब भाई इसका अभी देखना भाई
Extra pep talk with them and say, guys, we need you to get there. All right, let's make it happen.
निकेत भाई आओ, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम।
Really does help the team out.
Yeah, I mean, it would work for
अरे देखो ना ये बंदे को यार, फोन आया है चलो।
I'm at my peak performance if I have at least 2 women yelling at me during the day.
Yeah.
That's when
लाइक करा
really
तो
pushing
क्या
myself.
बात।
I think for Yangon Galacticos is a weird one because they did cast the net, but they essentially just gave the northern rotate to Alula and have banked on this ending in Los Leones.
नहीं गांडों की तो अबे भाई तेरे को चला जा एक ब्लॉक कर दूं क्या ऐसे
Not the best. We got like
नहीं भाई ब्लॉक नहीं चलेगा डिलीट भाई क्या लगता है तेरे को अब देखो तो असुरा संभाल लेगा भाई असुरा के साथ आ जा भाई तू जल्दी तो तू असुरा से हार गया ना भाई तू जो बोलेगा वो करेगा अनिकेत भाई हरा देगा भाई तेरे को तो पूरे लाइन टमाटर से आते हैं
and you need to. Without very low here. Goodness me, has to drop out the vehicle. And we'll just let it roll past him once he gets the first aid kit off though. Ulf does move over towards the northern side. Wonder how much of this they have heard. Dopeness again. The waiting.
क्या बताऊं अनिकेत भाई कब से लगा है यार ये चाह ही नहीं अब ब्लॉक करने का मन नहीं है भाई मेरे को उसको देखना है कितना बोल सकता है
Complaint we've had for a long time. They clear out some space for themselves. Great news. Now they can play in towards the south side and hopefully play a little bit further into the south side.
इसका भी हरा देगा ऐसे लोलू भाई अरे अनिकेत भाई हरा देगा इस बंदे को कहाँ गया आए तो ये चला भागा है कहाँ है आना भाई कहाँ गया टेम्परेरी अकाउंट उनको बैकग्राउंड में मोदी मोदी साउंड सुनाई दे रहा है भाई ईडब्ल्यूसी की चेयर में मोदी मोदी असरा भाई इससे ली जाए क्या विपिन लाके तो मार दे भाई अनिकेत भाई से इसका वैल्यूएशन करा दे
Down to 14 teams, 50 players still left alive here. Alpha 7 still taking it a little bit slow. Smoke's going down. They've got Fury.
वैसा गया वो हम जिंदाबाद अरे चूती है क्या नहीं रह गया यहाँ से
surprise everybody here as it is just about to pop. Where we go?
आटा नहीं देंगे ना भाई तो और कुछ मांगो आटा अब मेरे को देना पड़ेगा ना भाई भाई इंडिया जिंदाबाद बोलते भाई तो 1 किलो आटा दे देंगे सब 1 किलो आटा देंगे जितना लोग है ना चैट में को तेरा भाई नोलू भाई अनिकेत भाई सब 1 किलो आटा देंगे आटा भाई ये चीज़ क्या है हाँ अरे पहले तो 5 जिंदाबाद लगा था भाई बहुत देर से क्या पता करके चला गया भाई चलिए कहाँ गया भाई टेम्परेचर बोलना कुछ भाई मरा रही है तो बात क्या है ना कहाँ गया भाई चेट को नजर लगा थी भाई ये पार्ट वाले के साथ
I think it was the smart choice. I don't really want to start in an urban area, especially Los Leones, because it is so massive, and getting out of it can be a bit of an awkward mission.
कोशिश नहीं करता
Yangon Galactic will smile as he gets a knock onto QZZ. Let's see if he ends up getting the thirst. That's waiting for that.
जय किसान
Catch getting knocked by
चोको के वैसे ही लेने गया तुम भाई आपसे आटा भी नहीं तो बना चोको ले लेगा आटा ही लेगा।
Action Red Force. And now you got Joker, the Thai team of E-Arena. Just again, so shocked that they're even here in the first place. They had a record-breaking rondo.
फिर हंस रहा है यार ये चूतिया आ गया ना पाकिस्तानी उसके चक्कर में मेरा नेट नहीं चल रहा वो नेट ले गया वो
In 7th place, they're right there on that cutoff. Gonna go ahead and get even closer to that 6th place position with that elimination there.
वही लग रहा है भाई इसने जैसे इसने अपना इंडिया का 70% बिजली हैक किया था ना वो इनका न्यूज चलता था इंडिया का 70% वो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी हैक कर लिया है वैसे ही मेरा इंटरनेट ने हैक कर लिया इसने अरे चूजे से गेम तो हैक होता नहीं है भाई इंडिया में गेम तो हैक होता है तुमसे हैक हुआ है कि कहाँ गया टेम्परेरी सारे
Should go well. I mean, Carrillo has full broadside on this, just doesn't want to expose himself to other angles from within the city. That's not a bad position to kind of stepping stone from, potentially. Your Fury coming in from that western side. Igor's
गेम हैक नहीं हो पाया इनसे असरा अभी तक पता है
distance.
केवल गेम हैक करना तुमको भाई हमारे तो बच्चा बच्चा हैक करता है अभी असरा हैक कर लेगा क्या
Delaying the push in. Revo's down again.
Can't be getting knocked. Oh, and thirsted by Baton. So the Wolves.
I am alone and you are four.
Okay, this is the angles I
भाई हम
need.
कुछ हम चार का बेटा है ना इसलिए तू एक ही है भाई तुम चार के मगा
This is a
पापा बोल दे भाई इंटरेक्शन चारों ने मिलकर कर दिया है तो इतना हरामी हुआ है बहुत हरामी है
forcing Carrillo to not be able to make some plays. He finds an angle though, puts some pressure, immediately pops back.
हाँ नूर भाई बोल दिया था नूर भाई तुम्हारा बेटा है मेरे को लग रहा है सबका अपना
Push onto RRQ, getting popped out of these vehicles.
सबको से पार्टनर से क्यों पैदा किया है इसको
Do end up taking out RRQ, but is Alpha 7 gonna get in there? Yeah, Carrillo steals an elimination.
Yeah, this is exactly what they need. I mean, Carrillo's been doing a good amount of work here, waiting for the rest of his team to recuperate, revitalize. Revo's completely down
बहुत
now.
हीट इंसान है भाई जा ही नहीं रहा इतना सुनने के बाद
Trying to get him back up on his feet. Realistically, for Alpha 7, they want to slip down towards this location so they can continue to play things out. Sightlines are a bit awkward. Get out the vehicle, confirm the flush.
कामी बंदे टाइप में से रहते हैं भाई ये लोग
Oh no, Guizao ends up getting knocked here. Carrillo gets popped back and forth. Ayala doing a great job of just continuing on that pressure. Looks like it is a 2v2 situation now. Carrillo and Obscure versus Ayala and Igor. Guizao gets knocked by Schweppes though. Finished. And the nades are starting to ring out here. Ayala going to be throwing someone back, but Obscure catches the edge of Igor.
गेम नहीं एंजॉय करने दे रहा है साला
Got to make a play.
हाँ तो मेरा तो अरे चूती है तेरी यार सुनते तुम्हारा
The nice drive-by vehicle is flaming. Very, very low. But Alpha 7 definitely looking a little bit more aggressive
अबे
here.
चूती है तेरा दे पाएगा तू इतना इतना सूरत फंसा देगा लेकिन ते में
Of this match so
एक फुट
far,
का
which is a good
Yeah.
thing to say. Been with the team for a long, long time. Everybody knows this guy is
इसके मजे लेने में मजा आ रहा है मेरे को इसलिए वेट नहीं करना
in
पड़ेगा
a while where we've seen him really
मान ही नहीं रहा लेकिन
into his own hands.
I like how you said driving force right there. I know you did that on purpose, dude, because these guys have been doing these drive-bys all day. I've never seen them do this so often.
अबे भाई वो फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गया बंदा भाई साइड में देखो बंदे को भर रहा होगा ऐसे नोलू भाई भरते हैं नोलू द आईपीएल लग रहा है
Getting some shots, gonna have to dodge those and throwing out that util onto Goat. Not able to get the knock just yet. Carrillo knowing that, man, this is gonna be a tough one to get into this circle. Everybody's looking the direction. Do they have any vehicles? No. It's gonna be up to Smokes and that M4 to get them in this next circle. Oh, ow, 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 ow. That hurt.
Yeah, Carrillo making that cross there. It was always going to be difficult.
सलीम तरह वहाँ पे क्या सोचने वाले
Point in time, we are just
His level was taken away and father repeated because there was no pull it off. हाँ भाई मिस्रा
really, really isn't to play. Goat's also struggling now as the circle moves further and further downwards.
खाना लाओ भाई पहले तुम्हारे का एक काम कर भाई मेरे को तू तो नहीं दे पाऊंगा देखो, तू भूखा मर भाई, तेरा भूखा मरने का टाइम आ गया है, तेरा कुछ नहीं हो सकता है। अगर तू आके मेरी स्ट्रीम पे जो कुछ हो भी नहीं सकता यार बोलने से, यहाँ पे कुछ बोल रहा है तो कम में भाई तू।
Tough push indeed, but they're making it work so far. Ulf finally starts to show some signs of life. AGAL, another one of those teams, really trying to make things happen for their org in this World Cup. Only one elimination so far. Ooh, that one hurts. Down to 1 HP. No, actually, no, he does have 3 first aids. Let's see if he's going to start using them. AGAL starting to push up there towards Ulf. Catch goal.
पर मैं जितना मैं भेजता हूँ पैसे तुमका मांगने आए तो भाई से कहा गया अभी भाई, इतना बेइज्जती बंदा है ना, ये जा ही नहीं रहा अभी तक, रुका मैं देख रहा हूँ भाई, चले गए। अबे तुम आप बोल भाई, तुम भी नहीं बोलता थी, आप बोल, तुम भी नहीं बोल सकते, तेरा इतना औकात नहीं है तुम बोल।
They see the circle shift and they decide that this fight is not worth it. It's going to delay them too much. Can they get further down? Can they snake their way into the circle itself? Tiamba, last player alive here in QZZ. And again, I respect the motion here. Because they know that, yeah, they're on 75 points. It doesn't necessarily guarantee them tomorrow if they have a really horrendous day. So for QZZ, he's going to put all the stock in there to live out this game as long as possible as a solo. No risk taken.
भाई जैसे चला भाई, तू उसके रियल अकाउंट से तो आ रहा है ना, तेरा तो अकाउंट ही नहीं पता भाई, टेम्पररी यूजर, परमानेंटली यूजर बन के आना यहाँ पे, ठीक है आपने दबे तो
Putting some pressure on Al-Ula. Hyunbin, Maxman's favorite player. So humble, so accurate, throws the nade and gets the knock.
And that's why knows how to make these fights work. DBS in hand. About to push on in. Wolves is the next target for Nongshim Red Force. They currently have 4 players still alive here. QZZ finally goes down. That will be Tiamba's run done. 75 points is where they'll finish the day. Again, like we're saying, roughly around 15 points for top 6. See if they can go further tomorrow. Irina. Another team that desperately wants that scoreline.
Come to you for the night and give blessing. असरा भाई अच्छे से ब्लेसिंग देना, कुछ कमी मत छोड़ना। अपना पूरी टीम की तरफ से जाना ऐसे है ना, नलू अनिकेत मेरा पूरा दोनों लाइनअप की तरफ से पूरा ऐसे करना।
They're going to have to here. We can see them with those P90s. They're making it happen. I don't know who. Yeah, they got to go. Oh, they got to go immediately. As you can see, AGAL getting hurt. Going to go ahead and get those first aids going. As we now have reached the final.
चूतिया भाई ये बच्चा है, मुझे लग रहा है कोई।
I don't know who.
अनपढ़ लोग हैं।
To see a Los Leones urban finish here at the end, but whoever it is, they got what they wished for.
वो वे नहीं करता भाई, रुको जाओ। अब भी बचा के आया। चला जा भाई यहाँ से, तो अभी बैन मारने वाला हूँ। तो अभी भी नहीं गया ना भाई, तो बड़ा क्या बताऊँ, पूरा वर्ल्ड में नहीं हुआ।
By the way, you go out right now, 1 placement point.
Yeah, and we're almost in the last zone.
तेरे सपोर्ट किस टीम को करता है भाई? तेरा सपोर्ट तेरे को 40 के अलावा दूसरा टीम का नाम भी नहीं पता होगा, पता है तेरे को?
Got Wolves there on the southwest side. Those guys need some points, big time. AGAL, Young Galacticos are previous champs. These are the squads that really need them more than anybody else. But you got the likes of GK, Nongshim Red Force, and E-Arena right there. You can see the Wolves getting into some CQC action. They take out quick. Now they're rocking a 2-2 split. GK are still in this match. All 4 up, only 1 eliminated.
अब आना भाई, बोलना कुछ भाई, तेरा इंतजार कर रहा हूँ, तुमको बैन दूंगा।
So many teams banking on this game. Yangon Galacticos maintaining high ground. I mean, once we got a better lay of the land.
DRX, अरे नहीं, वो KRX से DRS क्वालीफाई नहीं हुई इसके लिए। तो D+ की अलग, KRX अपना उसमें हुई है। DRX। अरे नहीं, D+ की अलग है, ये KRX अलग है। अभी DRX आएगी उसके लिए, अभी तुम देखना अपना BMIC के लिए। क्योंकि DRX इतना गंदा नहीं खेल सकती भाई, बॉटम पे चल रहे हैं लोग, देखो ना असरा। तुमको लगता है DRX इतना गंदा खेलती D प्लस की है? कोई बॉटम पे चल रहे हैं भाई ये लोग, इतना गंदा खेलती तो खत्म था बिल्कुल। BMIC सीजन 1 का चैंपियन है वो। कोई ना भाई, ये बच्चे लोग को क्या बताएं। अबे वो इनका पाकिस्तान का स्पेलिंग तो आएगा नहीं, यहाँ आएंगे बस ये चीज करने। जोकर ही है भाई वो प्लेयर, एक दो प्लेयर अच्छे होंगे लेकिन उसके दम पे बहुत उड़ते हैं, पूरी उन्हीं के दम पे उड़ते हैं ये लोग। अरे लोग भाई कहाँ चले गए थे, चला गया वो तुम्हारा बेटा। DRX नहीं भाई, DRX ने गंदा नहीं खेल सकती भाई, तो D प्लस किया, तो D प्लस क्या ना खेला DRX से। ठीक है बता भाई विश्वास कितने गंदे, क्योंकि D प्लस किया लोग नहीं पता है। DRX से तो नाम तो 2-3 टीम था वैसे भी। सेम नहीं हो सकता है क्या पता। डाउन से कवरेज लोग दे दिया भाई, डाउन से ऊपर। अरे नोलू भाई, भाईचारा है ना आपका, कारण प्रोफाइल लेके भर के आगे नोलू भाई, ये हुई ना बात। लेकिन अब आपका वो बच्चा चला गया यार, आपको वो मिस कर पा रहा हूँ। पूरे पाकिस्तान को ड्रॉप फाइट कर देते क्या बताओ, क्या बोलेंगे। एक टिकट मेरे को 40 हाँ नोलू भाई। अरे नोलू भाई वो ओनर से बात करो, आप ओनर है ना अपना, ओनर बहुत अच्छे बंदे हैं अपने। अब 40 मांगोगे ना, वो 4000 सेंड करेंगे। नहीं सेम नहीं है कि RS तो DRS के लोग थोड़ा डिफरेंट है, तुम देखना। मुझको नहीं लगता भाई वो अलग अलग है, मुझको लग रहा है भाई, भाई पता है। इनका DBS का भी ज्यादा डैमेज लगता है मेरे को। उसने स्नेक से बोला था कि ये बात तुमको नहीं पता इन लोग का क्या। DRX इतना गंदा नहीं खेलती थी भाई, अच्छा टीम थी DRX, पोडियम पुलिस करने वाली टीम थी वो, सर्वाइवल स्टेज में नीचे से टॉप कर दी थी, बताओ। नहीं कर रहा मेरा, तो स्ट्रीम डिले है ना, तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ बाद में उधर तक आवाज जा रहा है भाई। बैटलग्राउंड नोलू भाई का स्टार प्लेयर आ गया भाई बैटलग्राउंड।
unification word of victory.
It's
अरे
good.
नहीं कर रहा भाई, नोनू भाई कैसा बात कर रहे हो यार तुम यार, बताओ यार, बड़े भाई हो के समझाना चाहिए ना आपको, तो टीममेट को, सब लोग को साथ में लेके चलो।
It's a great squad. It's got some strong players on
तो
top.
बेटर हम देखो ना, तुम्हारा आईजीएल दरारें पैदा कर रहा है भाई हमारे बीच में, मेरे और मेरे टीममेट के बीच
They
में।
need an immediate chicken dinner tomorrow. Not even wait a
ना
little
गलत
bit.
बात है।
Immediate in Rondo.
In the meantime, let's head down to the stage to close out our day.
भाई पहले नोनू भाई को 40 मार दो भाई, कोई एक बंदा आसुरा।
Of course, I do have Ragnarok here from GK after they've had a pretty successful day, all things considered, for the game so far. So let's start off with this last Miramar. Obviously, it goes down to yet another Los Leones ending that we actually have here. You guys were in one of the buildings pretty early to try and play it out, but it's always hard to transition between the
यार ये तो है,
What was the game plan for
वो
GK
गया ना,
to
तब से
on that
टीम
side?
सारा टूट गया है।
To be honest, I'm one of the best players in the world in Los Leones. I have been playing Los Leones for maybe 7 years. So I know every entry and every exit for Los Leones. I were really confident that the white building that we took, it will be clear. So we crashed it in the third zone. Yeah, it was clear, but it was
नोनू भाई के 40 खेल दो भाई, वो मैचेस निकल के स्ट्रीम देख रहे हैं भाई।
much players.
Asra is not 40 with a huge and
So we played a little bit passive, but at the end zone we got kicked out.
अरे असरा चार भाई एक दिन भेजा था असरा ने, अर्नब भाई को 4000 मैच के प्रोफाइल ऐसे डाला था ग्रुप पे, इसमें
One team in the hangar and YG.
मानता भाई इसरा को,
We got stuck between
इसरा करता तो एक नंबर है
but
एडिटिंग।
so far it's not really bad game. It's a hard zone, but we managed to get some
आगे
points.
से टीम आती चूज लोग
Not too bad at all. Talk to me
ये
about the
मेरे
win
को
that you
तुम्हारे
guys were
क्यों
able
लग
to
रहा है
get
बार
today
बार,
as well. 'Cause obviously I think that's your second win
तू
of the
बैन
tournament
नहीं
so
किया
far, right? You got one in the group stage. So that win, obviously you had that compound for a long time, west side of Pochinki, or west from Pochinki, I want to say. So was it just a case of lock that down, and then when you kind of flexed out against the other positions of the rest of the teams and eventually dealt with Alpha 7, that looked fantastic. So
अरे पेटूराम भाई देखो ना, तुम्हारा दोस्त आया है ऊपर।
50-50 zone. Like it was a little bit lucky that the zone came back to us, but still, if the zone didn't come back to us, I was managing the movement from this compound. I was.
सिगरेट तो मेरे को दे दो भाई, तलब तो मेरे को लगी है।
That's why I choose this compound, mini Pochinki, because I know how to move from this position, and it was an easy game, to be honest.
fantastic. Any last words for your fans out there watching EK trying to make the push here to the top 6?
To be honest, I want to thank everyone who support us, and we hope to make you proud. Maybe we're gonna play better tomorrow and take this.
तो मेरी स्ट्रीम पे आके तेरा झंडा स्ट्रीम करा के तो क्या फील करना चाहता है भाई? मेरी स्ट्रीम पे तो 5 बंदे हैं भाई कुल, वो भी मेरी ही फ्रेंड है। उनके सामने क्या साबित करना चाहता है तू? करना है तो तेरे किधर करना, कंट्री के बंदों को बुला के।
K here from E Arena, ready to have a very quick chat. Tony K, let's talk about today. Typically, we're used to seeing a very hyper-aggressive E Arena, chasing down eliminations, but today.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ एंगेजमेंट अच्छा, साला चैट में चैट करने आ रहा है, बेन आके जाएगा लेकिन।
Was that the plan coming into today? Was it all about placement and playing a
तुम लोगों ने देखो दे रहा हूँ बेन चूती देख मत जाना, पाकिस्तान लोड़ा आवाज।
ฟอร์มของเราจะเล่นค่อนข้างออกไปทางดุดัน aggressive ทีเดียวนะฮะแต่ว่าในวันนี้เนี่ยเราค่อนข้างเล่นที่แบบว่าแบบ
हाइट मार दिया नोनू भाई, अब कोई टेंशन मत लो, दिखाई नहीं देगा ये।
ใหญ่นะฮะแล้วก็เราได้จบไปที่แบบท็อป4เป็นท็อป4หรือท็อป5นี่ค่อน
चलो
ข้าง
भाई मार दिया हाइट तुम्हारे दोस्त को,
มีอะไรมีความเห็นยังไงบ้างครับกับเรื่องนี้ฮะ
अब नहीं दिखाई देगा भाई ये।
วันนี้ผมคิดว่ามันวงเข้าครับบาง
हाँ चूतिए बन रहे भाई।
Yeah, I think today we a little bit of like underperformance even though like the zone come to our side but in the end like it's just another bad day.
It's a shame to have a bad day on the survival stage day, but we've got another day tomorrow, so let's talk a bit about that. Closing out today, you managed to get 4th place with 6 eliminations on the board, so that's vital points for you guys to go through to the finals. Going into tomorrow, are we going to see
चड्डी भी नहीं पहनते, मेरे पास पैसा तो वही चड्डी पहनने के लिए।
people down and hunt for those eliminations and get those points for finals?
อยากถามนะครับพรุ่งนี้น่าจะเป็นวันสุดท้ายของรอบ survival stage แล้วนะฮะอยากถามว่าตอนนี้เนี่ยในรอบในอันดับของเราในตอนเนี้ยฮะแล้วก็แบบว่า
और उसकी वजह अपन ज्यादा दिन थे ना, अपन को उसके मजे लेने चाहिए। चलने का चला गया तो पहन कर
เดิมไหมหรือว่าเราจะไปทาง aggressive มากขึ้นครับ
ก็เล่นเรื่อยๆครับตามวงครับถ้าจังหวะไหนเล่นได้ก็เล่นครับจังหวะไหนเล่นไม่ได้ก็ค่อยๆเล่นครับ
Well, to be honest, I would say that
बढ़ा दिया
we're
उसका
gonna
भाई
play
अब
depends on the zone. If it's like the zone come to our side, we're gonna play aggressive. If it's not, we're gonna play passively. So hopefully the zone gonna be on our side tomorrow.
That's the smart answer, Tony K. Nicely done. Thank you very much for joining me in this interview. Best of luck tomorrow in day 2 of the survival stage. Like I said earlier on, only 6 teams will make it through into the finals, and so these teams have got to start scrambling for points.
सही बताओ
For now,
इंग्लिश
let's
में
head back to the
ट्रांसलेट हो
studio to
गया
round
है
out day 1 of the
उसमें कुछ
survival
देख ही नहीं
stage.
पा रहा फोन में पढ़ना पड़ रहा है
Thank you,
मुझे
Barney. Tony K, a man of few words, but tomorrow he is not going to be allowed to be quiet if he wants to be on those top 6. Overall, an interesting day. We ended up seeing his sponge points, especially towards the top. The consistency that we saw out of Tiamba as well. But in this last game, Max, it couldn't have been any better for those teams that are trying to even keep it closer towards that top 6. Because the top 3 teams didn't really do much.
It's like, you want an opportunity for a comeback? Lost Leonis
ज्यादा ही बड़ा हाइटर था ना छोटा मोटा हाइटर नहीं था
But overall, it was very fun to see how many of the teams were at the very tippity bottom, right, if you can say that, of the rankings. So overall, I got to say, a big compliment to the entirety of that lobby, in the sense that a lot of the teams are trying to play the outskirts of the city in case it does go up in the city itself or outside of it. So big compliment to all of these teams. I think they played as good as they really could for city finish.
We'll take a look at the overall ranking after day 1 of survival stage. Tiamba sitting at the top with 75 points, followed by Furia Alpha 7 as well there with 42. But just look how everything is going to be so close, Natura. This is what we're going to be looking at tomorrow. Between 3rd place all the way down to 8th, and I'm pretty sure when we end up seeing the second page as well, everything is just going to be super tight. It can change within 1 match.
No, it really can, and this is going to be, I think, 2 points behind 6th place here. So it is looking like a lot of these teams really stepping up, and with 6 more games tomorrow, who knows how big the points are going to be then.
And I want to sort of touch off of after the interview with E-Arena, and you know they're sort of saying they're playing to the zone.
मैं इसका बोल रहा हूँ ध्यान वाला देखो ना 75 पॉइंट 26 पॉइंट का लीड बना के रखा है
E-Arena can just mimic that kind of play style, because when you actually have a look at this lobby, yes, Tiamba are skyrocketing up there, especially with placement points in general. But the only other super aggressive team is Furia. And if we add E-Arena, we've seen them do it before, where they're able to catch these eliminations in any way that they want. I think if they change back to that style, they could be definitely up there with Furia.
Max, on the second page of the overall ranking, I want you to look at one team specifically, and that is none other than GOAT team. Because when we're looking at that team, it's just pure fragging power. But once again, the storyline has been for this team, they need to find themselves a way into those later matches.
IHG might not be in this tournament, but they reincarnated in the GOAT team, all about aggression and those elimination points. But yeah, 4 placement points. I don't like using harsh words, but that is really bad. Okay, that is absolutely terrible from GOAT team.
Wasn't harsh.
Okay.
It wasn't harsh.
Yeah, but it was like PG, you know.
Let's go PG.
It's harsh in like the PG realm of what I do here on the show. Very unfortunate in terms of the placement points. We need to see more late game finishes. All gamers, you know, I'm going to also say a similar point. They get that 1 chicken dinner in a city finish, which you never know what's going to happen in a city finish. It's kind of like you throw in the hat, hopefully your name comes out at the end. But you remove that chicken dinner, Niptura, only 2 placement points over the course of 5 matches. That also is really bad in a PG way.
No, it really is. I don't like that at all. And tomorrow has to be a massive step up from them, because yes, we are seeing a lot of ties, partly due to Tiamba's sponge situation going on there, but I think in a regular lobby or in a regular day, they would be bottom of the leaderboard, except for KRX. I don't even know, because we haven't had enough time to even see them. They just keep going out. Max, you have an opinion?
Max, please tell us what's going on with KRX.
No, actually looking at their position, they always go for spots which, when you look at the map, is not bad, but the positions itself are so bad to defend. It's like, oh, it's a shed, it's a tree, it's a dip, meaning if a team gets any angle onto you, you're just going to get completely dismantled instantly.
Oh, look, that's a name.
Scenario. It's like, oh, this is a great dip. A team gets in 50 meters of you, boom, and DRX just completely disappears. So I would like to see them trying to fight for strong compounds or strong POIs around the map, and if they do so, we saw Hoxie in particular step up massively in the group stage. Right now, these positions today are just not it going into PMWC.
I kind of want to say the same for GOAT team, actually, because we saw a lot of aggression. They set up really, really well. They push really well, and then all of a sudden they disengage, or they get third party, or they're not covering their back angles. There's something like that that's going on because yes, the aggro is there. Yes, the setup's really good. They do 1-3 split, 2-2 split. They try to surround the main. They're not over aggressive. They just fizzle out in the mid game, and so for me, GOAT, you just need to step that up, get those placement points, and you are good to go.
Exactly what we're seeing. Just please last until the later match, last until those end zones. But Max, I know earlier you got a chance to see a grenade for Maxman. Grenade of the day.
Maxman's grenade of the day. Let's check it out. I don't know actually which grenade we're going to show, but it's going to be a surprise right now. Let's check it out, see exactly what's going to be coming out. We got many great grenades today. One coming out from Milu. He got the clutch. He got the 1v4 without opening grenade. But this grenade is a thing of absolute beauty. He chucks that first one and then actually that didn't work out quite fine because Oleko denies his position with that grenade and forces himself to go back down into the shed. It's a grenade of the day, but it's a bad grenade of the day. Do better. Okay.
It's a stinky grenade of the day. Very bad.
I don't like that. Don't say that again.
Sorry.
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, be careful. You're thin ice.
That was not PG. That was very close to PG.
Max throwing a grenade at Neptura.
Oh, no,
really got me.
Before we show it quick, who's going to be the MVP? It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, that's right. Tiamba 18. Damn, buddy. And the crazy part is he ended up getting 15 knocks, still making sure he found ways to steal those elimination slays. For Tiamba, consistency, Milu being able to pop off. Usually we think about QXEZ. That wasn't the case. Now it's just two players that can actually frag out.
Yeah, I mean, what I really liked from this team, as opposed to what the other teams were doing, is they were not tunnel visioning their fights. So, you know, Netro's sort of touching on, like, what are they doing after these fights? How are they getting third party? This is a team that obviously had that great sort of split hold and were able to map out their play after they eliminate a team. So they're always forward thinking in every single play that they made today.
No, it is really nice to see that coming through, and I think a lot of teams can learn from that, because some of the best teams are the ones that think ahead a couple of phases, a couple of plays. Some teams we have seen just don't seem to do that, and I think that's where a lot of these teams are getting stuck in that mid phase, because there's like, we get to the mid phase and then we don't know what to do, and then other teams are all coming around us, and then we get all grouped together and now we really don't know what to do. So a little bit of that forward thinking, a little bit of that proactivity, that action planning would really help for tomorrow.
Max, I want you to get into your coaching mindset for some of the squads. And I want you to pick a team that, whether it is positive or negative or PG or not PG, just tell us what that team needs to do tomorrow.
Yangon Galacticos. Yangon. Why are you guys playing so passive? I saw so many good glimmers of hope in their group stage. I was like, yeah, they're taking fights. It's so nice, especially like Orangutan did back in their group stage. And that was enough for them to instantly qualify to the finals. And Yangon Galacticos, they had so many opportunities. I'm not saying like game-winning opportunities. I'm not saying they could have gotten wins, but they're not taking fights that could result in actually a really good upside win for them in the overall match, like maybe a top 5 with a bunch of eliminations. Yangon Galacticos, they've done it in the past. Right, well, not right here, in Riyadh, but they've won PMWC before. I want to see you be confident. You can do it, but right now they're just, I don't like using the word scared usually, but it really feels that way in today's games.
Felt exactly like that for Yangon. It kind of felt a bit messy, honestly, super messy for Alpha 7, even though they're currently towards the top. It's a team that we expect to see a lot more. But ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that tomorrow is the final day for survival stage here at PMWC at EWC 26. It's been a pleasure being able to hang out with you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you do end up sharing anything on social media, make sure you use the hashtag EWC and hashtag EWC26. I was thinking of something else. Oh yeah, that's right. Snacks. Snack Gaming. I hope we get a chance to see you here on the finals for maybe a live watch party. Stay tuned for that. Hope to see you guys tomorrow on day 2 of survival stage. It's been Lace, Maxman, EWC. See you tomorrow.
चलेगा एक दिन सीधा, आज स्टार्ट हुआ कल थकेगा सीधा, सामने वाला डेड। फिर से आ गया ये, अरे ये सोनू भाई का बंदा फिर से आ गया भाई बेटा संभालो वो सेम सकती है दूसरा ये बंदा है ना क्या नाम था यार APT YT इसको भी पेल देगा एक दो दिन लगातार पाकिस्तान वाले
Catching out ONLYI quick. Ooh, Yasser getting punished as well. Yasser getting punished as well. Tianba not messing around here on rotation. Also the PMWC 721GS getting to it with the Wolves. That's bringing out back and forth. Looks like one of the Wolves players does get thirsted, so they're going to be stuck with 3. Man, there's a crazy fight going on here because now we see 721 getting in with RRQ. There's a battle going on all back and forth.
Well, it totally makes sense. When you get the circle come down towards the south side, there's a lot of fielded over towards the northwest and down towards the south. There's some very key compounds, some very key areas of the map you want to take control of around these trees. And we already know from watching groups, these players and these teams are not afraid to get stuck in 4 strong areas of the map. And it does cut out a lot of players quite quickly. 721GS, they went down. They struggled off the back of it. Right now, Ulf is trying to rotate on through. Geekay is finding shots over towards Tiamba. They do lose 1 player because of that. But yeah, everyone wants a strong spot inside the circle. It's just obviously the Tiamba's taking a lot of damage. They're currently playing around Pachinki. I don't think they expected players to be up towards Church right now, taking shots off of this one. But fair enough to Geekay. It's a good, well-laid trap.
Yeah, they're going to hold this spot for as long as they possibly can. Oh, Marnet getting popped on the roof there. And he's going to go ahead and get back to safety. Fight timing is what it's all about here at this stage, especially in the survival stage. You kind of get into one of these engagements just a little too early on rotation. Boom, you're getting third-partied, fourth-partied by all these teams that are just desperately hunting eliminations. Sometimes it is a little bit better to try to avoid those fights unless you know for sure we can finish it out like really quick.
यहाँ भी हो सकता है भाई ये तो समझ नहीं रहा इतना बेइज्जती खाने के बाद भी यहाँ पे रुका है ये मजा भी hard there अरे रसरा भाई एक नंबर
a like normalish zone, right? It's like
well, I want the best spot.
Yeah,
I want the best spot right now.
Best spot. Yeah, not second best.
अभी तो इंडिया की टीम खेल भी नहीं रही है तो भी तेरी इतनी
You sort of know how to play these circles. They're not awkward. They're not like split-second decisions. These teams have studied for this type of thing. But yeah, heading down towards the south side, it does feel a bit rough. For Alpha 7, they're currently trying to play off the back of the high ground that's out towards the eastern side of Quarry. But they have since left. Obscure still left behind, quite far away. But we will get our next circle coming in through soon. Where does it head up here, Jukes?
Oh, I think we just go dead center. Oh, okay, we go a little bit up on the northern side. Okay, we got a Pachinki field finish. Right to the right side of Chopsticks from Gatka. You can already see some teams pushing in immediately. You got Alpha 7 there on that left edge. Most likely going to wrap all the way to that north side towards Ruins. But man, that Ruins position, not really the best, especially if that circle decides to back on south. You know, when I see EWC, you know what it reminds me of, Blank?
What?
It reminds me of like those days when you were doing your homework, preparing for a test.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the test happens and it's like nothing you studied for.
Yeah, they switched out the papers. Yeah, that's the worst.
Like,
that is the
what?
worst.
ये बंदे ही खत्म हो गए भाई
studying these certain maps, certain these little areas, and then all of a sudden the zones are just going crazy here. You know, now we're starting to get back to a little bit of the core material. The zone is bouncing back and forth a little bit, you know, but finally it's something that seems familiar here. I think that's why we're seeing so many teams so quick on the rotate.
Yeah, these were footnotes. I was able to revise
I'm
वो
good to
इंजन
go.
में
So
चक्कर लगा के
teams are
छुड़वा
ready
दो
to
उसको
sending them
तो
towards here. A lot of teams
PMDC
trying
में
to
यही
avoid
करो थोड़ा
Pachinki though, which is making a little bit of a vacuum on
इंजन
that
था ना साथ
northeastern
में एक
side.
रख
Just
के
because no one really wants to
फलक
send
के सिर
towards
पे और
Pachinki too
चलाना
early
उसे
on. You get trapped
बाइक
out
की
there.
जगह मेरे घर से
Very
ले
bad
जाना
time trying to leave. You can play the rooftops potentially and have a little bit of presence, but I think most squads are realizing that this is not the play to go for. KRX down towards the south side, not a terrible spot. They're out on the cusp of the fields. This is a decent area to work with. It does sit underneath the high ground.
एक
A lot of
नंबर
teams
ब्रो
aren't really
इसकी
heading
इसकी
over
पता
towards
नहीं बनना
just
जो
yet.
बनना है ना क्या नाम है
They'd
इसका नाम ही
rather
है शायद
try
इसका
and locate a little bit of a safer position to play. You
HGT
don't want to be in the
40 कर
open
लेता
because
भाई
teams
इतना ही
might just
सामान
end
नहीं
up
है
starting to
समझ
crash you. At that point in time, GOAT team also will find a little bit of a tricky rotation from that south side because they need to move up full through the fields. The biggest thing I'm most interested in right now is this split from RRQ. They are trying to control the majority of that western side.
कितना बोली लगाया है तुमने ये तो
That's a
बताओ
crazy split, to be honest. Like, I think, yeah, just trying to find some intel, waiting for this next circle to decide where things are going to end up. I'm finally seeing a little bit more traditional kind of circle rotations from Alpha 7. Once they saw that northern shift, they hugged that circle all the way up to the top. So they're going to be taking the blues up here, as we can see. And
yeah.
Very, very OG.
क्या तो ना भाई अभी तक वो भी चला जाता है
What's going on with them in their in games right now? They've just been struggling. They can get into some decent fights, but even in the last game or this game before, we saw, you know, Carrillo, Revel, hitting these crazy shots out of the car. I feel like if they just kind of go back to the basics, you see them really perform to their maximum level.
It sort of used to feel like teams would avoid Alpha 7. Like, that's a team you didn't really want to bump into. And I think for especially Miramar, a lot of times they kind of suffocated teams out. We do get a northern shift on this one, which means that Alpha 7's not in a terrible spot. They do control the majority of that northern side. They will regroup on this one, trying to hold out teams, trying to swing around. But yeah, I don't think we've seen much times in the past, like Revo and Carrillo just dry pushing, no smokes, no nothing, over towards a location. Felt like a bit of a desperation move, so we'll wait and see. Again, as we know, they are trying to work some new tactics in right now to make it work.
That's just pretty wild to me. I mean, I think right now you're in the survival stage. Do with what you know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you're ahead by 100 points, then you can go and try whatever the heck you want. But right now, it's just making sure you make it into that top 6. With this circle, though, the crowd is starting to get hyped because they know that this is a beautiful zone for them. Meanwhile, we got some teams that are going to have to be pushing the south side, like GOAT trying to find their way in. You got Fudia, Nongshim Red Force as well, looking for a spot in this next circle. And you can already start seeing some players get knocked here. Ulf catching out Claws. And that actually is going to be ONLYI eliminated. So that is already 3 teams out of here pretty early.
Alpha 7 do find shots over towards Yangon Gladskos. Again, good setup from them. They were trying to cut off
India का तो इंडिया में ही लगा हुआ इंडिया लगा है IND बस इंडिया ही लग देता भाई पूरा इंडिया का टीम लगेगा 40 का सामने आने में
had to make that approach. They didn't have much choice in the matter. So for them, okay, there's going to be some teams probably rotating out from Pachinki here, or at least trying to wrap around on that eastern edge. We sort of know that a team will be holding the compound over towards our southwest side, which is currently RRQ, and this engagement right here, which is going to pop off.
अरे आपका मेरा नहीं आपका है मुझे तो पाइल में आप देखो अभी मेरा तो अभी यहाँ कहाँ यहाँ नहीं आएगा मेरा
Go is just cleaning RRQ out. Now this is the man to be worried about, though. It is Lamar. He's on his own. Might go terribly. We'll see what he's got.
Chops out the vehicle.
अरे एक किलो आटे में दे देंगे क्या नहीं पूरा घरवालों को देंगे पाक वाला
And now you got Force from GOAT. Gonna go ahead and get this res. But a crazy there from the park.
अरे मैं इसको बेच दे रहा हूँ यहाँ तो क्या रहा है भाई
quick on the third party, trying to soak up some of these eliminations. Perfect timing as well. GOAT is hurt. They are not looking too hot here. Tourniquet up close and personal.
एक किलो आटा देगा ना इनको एक साल तक तेरे घर पे आके देंगे ये लोग कहीं जाने की जरूरत नहीं प्रोटेक्शन में यही लाएंगे
perfectly timed, and that is GOAT pretty much done and dusted here.
Great read from E-Arena, honestly, moving in over towards this one. This is a team that knows they need points right now. They do not want to have to go out. Good nade as well around the corner. Tries to make this as easy as possible and get the full cleanup on this. There's nobody nearby. Now, for E-Arena, you do have to think clearly for a second here. They just cleared out 2 teams to the western side. They have so much space to work with.
इसको भी बैन
Really
देता हूँ
good third party off the back of that
अबे तेरी माँ
one.
की
So many
सूचना हो
teams
रहा है,
over
ये
towards the
बात तो
eastern
मिल
side.
जाए
We had a
मार
very eastern playing path to start this off, so they just have a lovely amount of room at the moment. This is beautiful stuff for them.
इतना कर तो रहा है चेट सारा कर अरे ऐसा वो कर दे चेट का सेटिंग आ रहा होगा ना वहाँ पे ऑल मैसेज कर दे सब कुछ ले जाए आने लगे ऑल मैसेज लिखा हुआ देख वहाँ पे
This is the blessing that Alpha 7 have been
अरे
waiting for.
चूतिया क्या क्या
Honestly,
लग रहा है
there's no
भाई
excuse at this point. A7 need to hunt down a double-digit elimination win here. Let's see if that's something that they can close down. On the side of Pachinki, we got Fudia though. Ayala up close and personal with AGL. And the side of Wolves. This is outside the circle. They need to finish this fight fast. Beautiful Molotov. And now AGL forced to spread thin. But when is Fudia going to make this push? They are hurt really bad, and they got to get it done quickly.
Great scatter though, coming through from XZZ as well as Flower H. Both went either side on the back of that one, ensured they wouldn't immediately get taken down by a secondary grenade. And they're just going to back this off. They don't want to spend any more time here. They see that Wolves are coming in from the western side. Not bothering to deal with Fury just yet. I mean, AJL's like, why are you chasing us? Go fight that team.
Adios. We don't want none of this right now. We'll fight you guys later once we get into this circle. So they set up a nice little car wall here, and they get away. So beautifully played for them. Honestly, that was the right play. They just realized that if we want to extend our life in this game, this is not the place to do it. So now Fudia are on the hunt. Wolves are forced to move on in. KRX was waiting for him though. Oh, this is a really, really rough push from the Wolves. There's really nowhere to go here. And they are barely making it out alive for now.
Yeah, for the Wolves, it's a mad send, right? I mean, there was definitely opportunity there to try and just take the fight to Fury in the first place, clear out that south side, and then play it slow in from the southern edge, then to even look over towards Ulf. So for Wolves, I can see that they're trying to reach for something.
आटा निकलेगा पता है निकलेगा ना कुछ महीने बाद वो आटे का कभी नहीं देगा यही करना होगा अपन को
the circle here, Dukes. They have to do something big with this. Last game, they were given a ton amount of space on Erangel. Didn't bother trying to clear the south side. They're very hesitant in their approach
इनको मेरी स्ट्रीम सजेस्ट कैसे हो रही है? मुझे तो ये समझ नहीं आ रहा। इंडिया में मेरी स्ट्रीम किसी के पास जा नहीं रही, पास में जा रही है मेरी।
Roll out here from one of their players. Get the lineup, see how much space they can take and what they're working with going into the future. As long as they have information, they should be good, because info at this point is king.
Yes, it is. And Carrillo's going to go ahead and really trying to put his king status on. That man has worn plenty of crowns so far, and they're going to go ahead and punish A7 over there by that tractor. So yeah, A7 completely spreading their wings, and now they're starting to get aggressive, right? They're not just hanging back on the north side. They are getting up close and personal, looking to soak up some of these elimination. Fudia on the drive, full squad in the vehicle, moving up little by little. KRX is badly hurt here. Very, very
slim
know the position they're in. They want to clear out as much as possible. They've caused some casualties right now. AJL, big task ahead of them over towards KRX. Looks like a fairly decently placed grenade. Goes long. Ooh, the damage it did there over towards Hoxie. That's rough. Getting another knock there would have been very useful. Extremely long shot here. But this is the thing. Alpha 7, they have this. This game. It's like one of the freest games I've seen in a while. But it's annoying because, right, you give Alpha 7 a game like this, you know they should win. And you know they probably will win as well, Jude.
अबे जो भी 7 मिलियन वाले तक तो मत बोलो भाई यहाँ के पेट्रोल में किलो फेंकेगा तो 7 मिलियन इतना एक ही दुगना इसके को सुपाई करके आता हूँ
everybody that believes in this team. We saw a picture of the crowd right there. They're dancing already. They're jumping. They're already doing the victory lap because they know this one is in the bag. So this is A7's game to lose. Let's see how it all ends up though. As we look over here towards Slaughterhouse, GK going to be holding it down with 4 eliminations so far.
Yeah, not a terrible game here from GK. They started off well. Little trap laid over towards Church. Alpha 7 though, continuing to try and wrap round. They're probably waiting for the circle to pull them. They don't want side. They'd rather keep everyone on the southern edge towards them, and they can just play full 180 broadside, which is so much easier than trying to deal with 6 in the grass in the late game.
all out A7 has to do is just play old school PUBG Mobile.
Pretty much,
Literally,
yeah.
just
Very old
school, tried and true. Nothing needed to be done here special. No crazy drives, trying to shoot people out the vehicle. No kind of wild little highlight reel plays. Just work together as a team. That's where Alpha 7 has been so strong. They've been a squad to where, like, if you knock a player, they feel almost impossible to take out. It's like they get 10 times angrier, and we haven't seen that so much in a while, actually. So let's see if they can get to form here. They're playing it very close together. Revel going up a little bit here, trying to find some angles on the Mormon on the tractor. And Mormon hits the deck immediately.
Mormon's underneath.
हाँ यार भाई अब भी स्क्रीन पे नहीं अब तो भाग गया
should get them back into the running quite quickly.
हाँ भाग वाला है ये सब एक के लिए नहीं है भाग सबके लिए ये चीज़ है अरे तू देख रहा है ना भाई तेरे लिए नहीं बोल रहे ये चीज़ सबके लिए बोल रहे हैं.
It's honestly this is a dream game for anybody in their position, and they're doing very solid here. We'll see where the next circle pops. But right now, everybody just kind of waiting. This is still only Zone 6, but with so much open range, that's why we have so many teams eliminated already.
Hey, for Tampa though, no, fairly decent game. I mean, they're in another top 5 scenario.
भाग जाना होगा भाई उसके लिए अपन को पास वालों को करना है फिर भाई ये चीज़
We're waiting for it. We're waiting for it.
पास का टिकट कटाना होगा भाई जान जाना.
I give him another 20 on today, and then we can lock them in. But yeah, it would take some miracles tomorrow, or at least some devastating maneuvers to go down. Quick switch back towards the player on that north side. Alpha 7 will get them back up again. Again, this next circle is pretty much all about Alpha 7 just holding on to this north side, not allowing the wraps come through, because you're waiting for Geekay as well as Yangon Galacticos to be pulled off these compounds towards the southeast.
I kind of like the fact that that player from E7 got knocked right there.
हाँ प्लेटफॉर्म बैठ गई किलो मेरा भी मैच इस थोड़ी देर में एक बंद
that knock was perfect timing because it wasn't too devastating for them. They were able to get the res. It was very inconsequential. But the next zone does center on up a little bit to the south here, so A7 are going to have to push up a little bit. But this zone is terrible because it's pretty much all open field here. Everybody's going to be having to hug the edge, set up some car walls. Look at Tianba. They're still out of the zone. So they have to push up little by little. They have this hillside to work with. This is perfect for them because they can just sit here, wait for all the other fights to happen, and then get into the mix a little bit later on.
Yeah, pretty cautious on the moment. It's Tiamba, even dropping the M79 down there, getting some smokes up. Revo's going to try and hold up teams as they leave these buildings. I don't mind this play. I think that Alpha 7 is currently just trying to lock down E-Arena's approach, which I think is smart. Revo, definitely the guy you want on the swivel, right? He is locked in when it comes to the sprays. Just needs to make sure he hits casualties rather than full commits there. Just wants to slow Geekay down.
I think Revo's the perfect pick because he has such a high PUBG Mobile IQ, and he knows the most important thing right now is just me not getting knocked. I just gotta stay here, apply some pressure, ensure that I do not get taken out. Because if Revo gets knocked here, the chances of him getting thirsted and Alpha 7, really being at a disadvantage is massive.
Well, when you leave out those buildings as well, where Revo's currently playing is usually the next stop. To work with. He'll probably need to pass that information back in the near future. But yeah, Alpha 7, they just got to keep tabs on basically 3 teams, Yangon Galacticos, as well as DK, as well as E-Arena. They spotted where E-Arena was playing from way earlier. Now Tiamba
He's got to be careful not to get knocked. As the next zone is starting to close. We have 20 seconds left on the clock. I wonder how much util E-Arena have already, because they have been blowing through a ton of ammunition from this angle. QZZ forced to hit the laydown. He's going to be throwing some smokes, pushing up little by little by little. Oh, Tourniquet, he's got a whole bunch of ammunition, so E-Arena are set up for this one.
He's got a bag, but if Tourniquet goes down first, that's a lot of util just out the window. QZZ not opting to send these nades close. I like this from Tourniquet, dude. Kind of a wild maneuver. QZZ taking a lot of a bomb in the moment. More nades flowing over the top here. Another nade in the back lines over towards Schweppes. Good shot over towards Eagle. Oh. Immediately refragged. QZZ has to know we've got to start placing these nades a little bit closer.
Those vehicles really protecting the side arena. That would hurt, though. And that is going to be Schweppes done and dusted. Mormon done. Tourney K is the one. Up close and personal. 1v1 situation with QZZ. QZZ running in the open, shimmying back and forth, trying to find the angles. Tourney K with the laydown finally stands up here. And that short hit hurt him big time.
What are we doing?
QZZ that shuts him down.
I mean, come on, man. Still got the nade out. You've got the tree cover. Just pull out a shotgun, something. Make the sprays. Quick peeks around the side. QZZ. Real play from him there. GK, though, took advantage of that. Will swing around the side. And now Alpha 7, they have full control. What was that?
And just like that, GK are looking to win this game. Kevin moving up with that almost blown up vehicle here. They know that they are bleeding. Obscure up, trying to make a play all by his lonesome self. The Revlo goes down, and now they're gone. DK said,
it's done.
Yeah, see you later, Alpha 7. This is our game to win.
But again, like, Alpha 7 takes
ठीक है भाई, लोग चलता हूँ क्या टाइम जाने क्या करते। देता हूँ कुछ मसाला देता हूँ। थोड़ा रख पाएंगे अपना गवर्नमेंट में आईडी है दवाइयाँ दे दिया है।
भरोसा था
भाई वो हर्षित क्या मारा?
निकाल सकते थे, बट चलिए अनफॉर्चुनेटली
फ्रेंड्स, नीचे लाल कलर का बटन है।
भाई
ये ओपन में क्यों
गॉब्लिन भी है,
गॉब्लिन क्रेजी
के बाद
कुछ 2 पॉइंट निकाल रहा है, 2 पॉइंट निकाल रहा है, कुछ 40 पॉइंट निकाल रहा है, 35 पॉइंट निकाल रहा है। उसके अंदर कौन से तो मार ही नहीं रहा है।
गॉब्लिन अरे कुछ कर रहा है
टेंडर टेंडर भाई, लेट्स गो। डेडली डुओ
भाई
अपने टीममेट को भी रिवाइव देना है
भाई
नहीं होएगा।
रिवाइव ऑलमोस्ट इम्पॉसिबल है जी हां, जैसे आपने कहा
बचा है,
नहीं हो पाया।
हां अकेला बचा है टेंडर।
कल भी हमने इस
बाहर गार्ड के अंदर लोग आ रहे हैं। ये एलीट कौन सी टीम है?
अगर
वेनम वाली टीम है, ओएस वेनम।
वाह जॉनी अगर
कोई लूट रहा अपन ने, ओए
थंडर पे सीमित रह गई है।
बच गया।
अगर थंडर की भी बात करें, काफी सारे
भाई ज्यादा ओए इसमें से कितने क्वालीफाई होंगे?
16
कौन सी स्टेज है?
16 क्वालीफाई होंगे इसमें।
इसके बाद काफी स्ट्रांग ये टीम नजर आ
तो
रही
ये
है।
अलग-अलग ग्रुप
यही होता है मेरे साथ यार।
राउंड रॉबिन है,
यही होता है मेरे
ओवरऑल 24 में 16 होंगे।
सर्वर के द्वारा समाप्त होते हुए नजर आएंगे। ट्रेस
क्या आप गाना सुनोगे? આપણે તો ગાંડા માણસ ઉપર ફોન पे जाओ बढ़िया नहीं बढ़िया सा है